Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
John, I got you.
John, do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex my better. Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and off-scene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. How short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out. Done. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Hi, am I on the air?
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? I am your host, Don Mega, and I welcome you to the show. It is a Monday night. It's May the 27th, 2019. We're broadcasting live here from the Red Dragons radio studios here in lovely Tucson, Arizona, and it's season 18, episode 16, and tonight's show is titled Never Had a Friend Like Me. That's right, you ain't never had a friend, you ain't never had a friend like me. And that's a little hint of to one of the movies we're going to be reviewing here tonight, because you know that's what we do. We bring you some new movie reviews, and we get you caught up in all the latest and greatest in the world of entertainment news. Everything that happened from last week's episode to this week's episode, we break down and we talk about here on Am I on the Air. So welcome everybody once again. I'm so glad you're here to join me. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into it. I got two new movie reviews for you. Two brand new releases that hit this past weekend. Number one, Brightburn. Oh man, I can't wait to talk Brightburn. And number two, you ain't never had a friend, Aladdin, baby, the live action Aladdin remake from Disney. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. Let's talk Brightburn. Man, Brightburn is one of these movies that from the second I saw the first teaser trailer, I was like, oh my god, I see what they're doing, and I'm pretty damn intrigued. And I was on board right out the gate, and continued to be on board all the way through the marketing campaign for this thing. If you're wondering what the hell is Brightburn, and for some reason you just missed the marketing, you didn't see any of the trailers, I'm going to give you a very easy breakdown without it really being spoiler-filled, right? Take the origin story of Superman. Alien crashes by a little farm, kind of like a Kansas town, right? You got a couple who's been wanting to have kids for a while, but seem to be having a lot of trouble. And this spaceship crashes, and it's got a little baby inside, and they adopt the baby and take it as their own. And no one knows the true story behind this, right? And in Superman origin, you know, he starts to show some powers, he starts to show he can do some things, and of course we all know he grows up to be Superman. This tells the story of what if and what would happen if he, same exact origin story, but didn't use his powers for good and actually was drawn to the evil side of things. And and killed people and did crazy shit with his powers. That's what Brightburn is. And man, I loved this movie. I thought it was great. It's suspenseful. It has horror elements. It's got superhero elements, obviously. Superman is my favorite, hands down. We've talked about it before in this show. I love Superman. And seeing the Superman story done in this way, with these evil tinges, oh my god, what a really cool concept. And, and this could open to a bigger universe where we could have evil Aquaman and evil Wonder Woman and evil Batman. Who knows what we could have here in the future. but it could be a really cool horror kind of cinematic universe. But I'm going to need people to go watch this movie because it did all right. But I wish it did better with the box office because I want to see sequels to this thing. Elizabeth Banks plays the mom in this. She's great in this role. The kid who plays the evil Superman, he's really, really good in his emotions, the way he flips from good to bad. Sometimes how emotionless he is with things. It's awesome. This is a very small film, but it does some really big things. And like I said, man, I can't hype it enough. I was extremely satisfied with this film, especially the ending, man, because they go a different direction and they don't give you just that straight up typical kind of ending that most films will. They took some chances, and I love what they did here. So I got to tell you, I am highly, highly recommending Brightburn to you guys. I would give it 4 out of 5 stars. See it in the theater, see it on a big screen, and enjoy it. And then we switch gears to a totally different movie, right? We're going hard R rating, cussing, violence, all kinds of stuff, to the PG live action remake of Aladdin. Now, this one here, man, I'll tell you, I am not the biggest Disney fan, right? Most of these live action adaptations I actually skip. I don't even go to the theater to see. They're just okay. I do love me some Jungle Book, but outside of that, it's just kind of, they're very hit and miss for me. And I thought the trailers were just okay. The good thing for me was that, my daughter wanted to see it, my wife wanted to see it, so I said, okay, let's go see Aladdin, let's go see what all the hype is about, right? And I gotta admit, I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed it way more than I ever thought I would. I actually thought this movie was a blast from start to finish. I thought the songs were cool. I thought Will Smith as the genie, yes, he's not Robin Williams. I think everybody needs to get past that point. And if you do, you're going to be pleasantly surprised because Will Smith brings his charm and his charisma to the role, and he's great as the genie. I just loved his interpretation of it. I love the hip-hop tinges that they gave the songs. And just, I had fun, man. I had a smile on my face, and I enjoyed this movie really from start to finish. I mean, of course, some of the songs are a little cheesy, and it's going to be that way with something like Aladdin, but I really had a good time. My wife loved it, my daughter loved it, and we all walked out very pleasantly surprised, man. So I got to shout out the cast. I thought, like I said, Will Smith as a genie, fantastic. Mina Masood is the guy who plays Aladdin, and he was very, very good in the role as well. And Naomi Scott. Oh, Naomi Scott. I love this girl. She was beautiful as Jasmine and just a great singer, great presence. I loved it. All I've ever known Naomi Scott was the Pink Ranger in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie that came out a couple of years ago. And she was awesome in that. I remember seeing her in that and being like, damn, this chick is awesome. I can't wait to see her do some other stuff. And here she is as Princess Jasmine, and she killed it. It's just a fun movie, man. That's all I can really say about it. Great family flick. If you have a kid or significant other that grew up with it and wants to see it or is maybe on the fence of seeing it because they're one of those type that's saying like, oh, this is going to ruin my childhood, you need to just go watch it. It's worth it. It's worth the time, and I think you'll have a good time watching Aladdin. So I would give Aladdin 4 out of 5 stars as well. So very solid weekend at the box office for me. 4 stars for Brightburn, 4 stars for Aladdin. I had a great time at the movies this weekend. Now, before I get into the news, there's always, whenever I see some extra stuff, I love to always give you guys that additional stuff as well, too. So, saw a couple new things. Number one, I saw Escape Room. Now, Escape Room was a movie that was in theaters a couple months back. It just kind of hit VOD. And this is kind of like a Saw type movie where a bunch of random people are selected to go do an escape room, but of course it's a deathly escape room, right? Each room has puzzles and different things rigged to pretty much kill people, and you got to advance and get to the next room, and each room gets harder and harder to escape without dying. And I know they're going to make a sequel to this thing. This thing was made for pretty cheap. And I gotta say, it was pretty good. I usually don't rate the movies that I watch kind of after the theatrical experience. If I was, I'd probably go around the 3-star mark. It had its moments where I was intrigued. It had its moments where it lost me, and I was kind of like, oh, this movie's starting to suck. But then it would kind of win me back. And overall, it was pretty good in the end, and I wouldn't mind seeing where they take the franchise from here. But yeah, a decent watch if you're at home and just looking to kill some time with something different. Check out Escape Room. And the last one I'm going to do real quick was a very pleasant surprise that just seemed to pop up on Netflix out of nowhere. And it's a new musical poem, as they say, from the Lonely Island. That's right, Lonely Island, who of course is the supergroup made with Andy Samberg and his best friends. They've done many albums before, Dick in a Box, and they did the movie Popstar a couple years ago, which is a hilarious movie. If you've never seen Popstar, you need to watch Popstar. But they do a lot of musical stuff, and they put out this musical poem on Netflix the other day as a complete surprise. It's only a half hour long, and it's called The Unauthorized Bash Brothers Experience. And Andy Samberg and his partner in Lonely Island, I forget his name. I'm sorry, man. I'm spacing the name of the other guys in the group. But they play versions of Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire. And it's basically going with the concept that during the height of their careers in the 80s, they made a rap album together and it got lost. And now the rap album has surfaced and we get to listen to the songs that they created. And of course it's over the top. It's silly. It's straight up Lonely Island style. Silk robes and kimonos. Silk robes and kimonos. Even Sia gets in on the action with a nice cameo from Sterling K. Brown. They call me Jose and I'm Mark. They call me Jose and I'm Mark. You gotta watch this thing. It is freaking hilarious, dude. I love Lonely Island. If you're a fan of them in any sort of way, if you even know who Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire are, and you want to see something pretty damn funny, take a half hour of your time, go to Netflix, and watch The Unauthorized Bash Brothers Experience. You won't regret it. Even though my wife afterwards was like, what the hell did we just watch? When we watched it last night, and I was just dying for that half hour straight. I thought it was hilarious. So check it out. And I need to listen to me some Silk Robes and Kimonos. I need to put this album on my Spotify ASAP. So there you go. So there's some just additional reviews for you, man, just to have some fun, all right? Now let's switch gears and let's get you caught up in all the latest and greatest in the world of entertainment news, TV, movies, reviews, different things going on. I want to break it all down for you here on the show. So Minions, of course, Minions, which, started in the Despicable Me movies and then finally got its own movie a couple years ago. They're making a sequel. That's right. Well, that's what happens when you make $1 billion. So the new movie is officially titled Minions 2. No, I'm just joking. It's not Minions 2. It's going to be called Minions: The Rise of Gru. That's right. So if you saw the Minions movie, at the end of the first film, they meet a little Gru who's probably like 5 years old, maybe 8 years old, who knows? But they meet a little Gru, and this is going to be the next chapter of that, man, as they get to find out what Gru is all about, right? So it's going to be cool. My daughter loves the Minions. I can't wait to... I told her this news the other day that it was coming, and she was like, oh, really? So I'm glad they're going to do another Minions film. Game of Thrones writer Brian Cogman is joining Amazon's Lord of the Rings. He's going to be helping out with that. The live-action Tom and Jerry movie has added Michael Pena to the cast. Holly Hunter is joining HBO's new show Succession in a recurring role. I'm very excited about this news here. The writer of the John Wick movies, Derek Kolstad, has just been hired to adapt the video game Just Cause. That's right, he's going to be adapting the script, and writing the script for the Just Cause movie based on the video game. I played the Just Cause games, and I love it, and I could see something being super crazy, over-the-top, awesome action. Getting Derek Kolstad is a great way to start this. Now, a couple years ago, they had a director, Jason Momoa, was going to actually play the lead character of Rico Rodriguez, but we're not sure at this point if they're still attached or not. So I guess we'll see what ends up happening with the script, but I think they're off to a great direction here. Starz has announced that their show Sweet Bitter Season 2 will premiere in July. A new Amazon comedy called Good People has just landed Lisa Kudrow to star in it. We got some first look photos for the upcoming Netflix The Dark Crystal sequel. That's right, remember Dark Crystal with those weird little elves? I remember that shit. When I was a kid, Dark Crystal scared the shit out of me, man. I don't know what it was those damn puppets, but Netflix has released some new images for the Dark Crystal, The Age of Resistance, as the official, and it's coming later this year over on Netflix. The new Invisible Man reboot is landed a 2020 release date. Dakota Johnson and Tracee Ellis Ross have just signed on to a new movie called Covers. Sharon Maguire is going to be co-starring with Haley Steinfeld in a new film called Voicemails for Isabel. I'm really excited about this. You know, ever since we started hearing about Disney Plus coming and all the rights that they've been snagging up since buying out Fox, this is an exciting piece of news right here. Director Mick G, who dabbles in a lot of stuff, has announced that he is going to be doing a TV version of True Lies. That's right. It might be set in the same universe. It might even have Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. Probably not, but hey, the option is always open. This was a 1994 movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis. I love True Lies. Directed by Jim Cameron. One of the best action films of all time. True Lies is so good. Making it a TV show is an interesting way to go with it. You know, but I love that Disney Plus just continues to keep stacking the shows on this streaming service, man, showing you that they are coming to play and dominate. So I can't wait to see what they do with this. I'm excited McGee's behind it. True Lies TV series coming to Disney Plus. Amazon has just snagged the rights to Joseph Gordon-Levitt's new thriller called 7500, so that'll be coming soon. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark director is set to take on Stephen King's Long Walk. That's right. Andre Ovredel has been tapped to helm the adaptation of Stephen King's The Long Walk. Fox has finally released that they're going to be putting out Alita Battle Angel finally in July. That's right. It'll hit Blu-ray and DVD on July 23rd, about 3 weeks early on digital. This was starting to scare me, man. Now, I buy most of the new release movies. If I love them, I buy everything on Vudu. I pre-order movies. Alita Battle Angel came out in February. Every other movie that has come out after that in February and even in March at this point has already been released on digital. So I was looking around saying, where the hell is Alita? Because I loved Alita Battle Angel, and I definitely want to get the 4K digital copy of the film. And I'm like, where the hell is this film? So I start Googling, I start looking it up. There's no word on this film anywhere. And then finally, a couple days ago, we get the word, and we finally find out it's coming out in July, which is way past its release date. Movies come out on digital 90 days after they hit theaters, and this one is way past its deadline. So I don't know what the delay was here, but at least we finally have a release date. It just sucks that it's still like 2 months away. So hurry up, because I want to watch Alita again. That's for damn sure. We have the first trailer for Freaks, starring Emile Hirsch, so you can check that out. We have all of the information about the new Black Mirror Season 5, show synopsis, trailers, episode titles. You can check out everything about Season 5 of Black Mirror. I watched the little teaser trailers that they put out. They're okay. I mean, it looks interesting, but they're all like a minute long, and you don't get to see too much. But I'm looking very forward to it. I do love Black Mirror, so I can't wait to see what these new episodes do. We have the final trailer for Toy Story 4, which is way better than the other trailer, so I'm glad to see that they finally put out something decent. We also have the first full trailer for the Downton Abbey movie that is coming out, so check that out. Remember, you can see all this stuff on our Facebook and our Twitter page, so just follow our social media to watch any of the videos and stuff like that we have. We have some first look photos from Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. This was a very special Vanity Fair magazine that came out, and you can see all the photos inside, and they're beautiful, man, so I love this. Warner Brothers has officially pushed back their animated DC Super Pets movie back to 2022. That's right, it's supposed to come out in 2021, but they pushed it back a whole year, so I guess we're going to have to wait a lot longer to see our DC Super Pets. It looks like Jessica Jones Season 3 will debut on Netflix in June. That's right. No trailer. We don't really have any pictures. It's just a very little low-key announcement we found somewhere on the Netflix site that makes it look like it's coming out in June. So that final season for Jessica Jones should be out very, very soon. The L Word Generation Q has been announced as Showtime's L Word sequel. So Showtime has announced the official title of its highly anticipated sequel as the L Word Generation Q will debut later this fall. Daniel Craig will be undergoing minor ankle surgery following his injury filming the current Bond 25 movie. They will continue to do production, and he will try to film what he can in between when he's not running or doing anything physical. But he's going to be out for a couple weeks with that injury. Hello Universe. Forrest Whitaker and Netflix are collaborating on a film adaptation, of course, of the book Hello Universe. Sony says they have plans to keep the PS4 relevant for a few years after the PS5's launch. This makes sense. They do that pretty much every year. The PS3 was around for a lot longer than I thought after the PS4 came out, so no doubt that they would do the same thing again for the PS5. We have your first look at the voice actors on SpongeBob as their live-action counterparts. That's right, Nickelodeon has revealed a first look of the upcoming SpongeBob SquarePants 1-hour special, SpongeBob's Big Birthday Blowout, and you can take a look at that on our social media. Christopher Nolan's anticipated new feature-length film has finally gotten a title, and it's going to be called Tenet. That's right, we don't know much else about it other than Tenet, and it should be coming out later next year. We got an article up with J.J. Abrams and Adam Driver talking about the Rise of Skywalker and the Force Awakens connections. The sci-fi thriller Stowaway has welcomed Daniel Day Kim aboard to the cast. DC Universe is releasing some new Swamp Thing photos, that's right, and it will premiere this Friday on the DC Universe app. So looking very forward to checking out Swamp Thing. We have your first look at the new Terminator Dark Fate poster. So that poster is up on our social media, and it's also up on our Instagram, so check that out. Just search Am I on the Air. Now, right after the poster dropped, the very next day, the trailer dropped. That's right, the first trailer for Terminator Dark Fate. And the trailer it's alright. I hoped it would be more, because I heard they debuted a trailer and some footage at CinemaCon last month, and everyone that saw it was blown away, talking about how amazing it was. So I had very high expectations, and then the trailer came out, and it was just okay. Not much to it, to be honest. Some really cool visuals, some cool things to see, but overall I was a little underwhelmed by it. But I am still very much looking forward to this movie. If you listen to our top 10 most anticipated list earlier this year, I had Terminator Dark Fate on that list before I even knew what the movie was called. We just knew it was an untitled Terminator movie coming out later this year. So check out the trailer, see what you think. But what I do love about this movie is that, of course, it takes place after Terminator 2 Judgment Day. So we're basically saying Terminator 3, Terminator Salvation, Terminator Genesis, none of those movies happened, and that it's all about Terminator 1, 2, and now Dark Fate. So I love that. It's kind of like what they did with Halloween last year, so I'm on board for that. All right, let's see here. What else we got? The new Ghostbusters film will be favoring practical effects over CGI, just like the original films did, so that's pretty awesome. We have the teaser trailer for the new Star Trek Picard show that's going to be coming to CBS All Access, so keep an eye out for that. Amandla Stenberg has landed the lead role in the upcoming Fear remake. That's right, Fear is getting remade, and I can't believe it. I was telling my wife yesterday, this news makes me truly feel old. Fear was a movie that came out in the 90s with Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon, where he was this nice, sweet guy that started dating Reese Witherspoon, but then he turned real psycho and just got fucking crazy. And I love Fear, man. This movie is awesome. If you've never seen Fear, you need to go back and check it out. It's early Mark Wahlberg and very young Reese Witherspoon. I mean, in their teens. And this movie, it's great. It's great. But man, I cannot believe they're remaking it already, which just makes me feel so goddamn old. But hey, man, you know, Amandla Stenberg she's really big up and comer, and I think she's going to be great in the lead role. So good for her, and I can't wait to see what they do with a new version of Fear. Whiskey Cavalier. This is a show that came out, it got canceled, and then talks started happening to bring it back. Well, unfortunately, those talks have already been faded, and the show is now officially canceled. That's right. It is not coming back. We say goodbye to Whiskey Cavalier. Shazam Blu-ray and digital release dates have been revealed. That's right. We finally know when Shazam is coming out. And boy, am I excited once again for this one. I thought Shazam was amazing. Saw it twice in the theater and just absolutely loved it both times. So Shazam will be hitting digital on July 2nd. And it'll be on physical media on July 16th. So there you go. And available, of course, in all formats. So once again, to prove, I don't know what happened with Alita Battle Angel. Because once again, like I said, Alita, released in February, doesn't come out until mid-July. Shazam comes out in April and hits digital on July 2nd. So it's actually coming out before Alita, and the movie hit theaters 2 months after. Makes no sense what's going on with Alita at all. I just wanted to point that out again. But glad to see Shazam coming out. It's going to be a nice couple weeks in July when I get Shazam and Alita pretty much back-to-back on digital. Gentleman Jack Season 2 has been officially greenlit by HBO and the BBC. Hulu has announced a new kids animated series called The Bravest Knight. Quentin Tarantino says that he may make Once Upon a Time in Hollywood longer. That's right, the movie already clocks in at 160 minutes. It's already almost 3 hours, and he says, hey, it screams so good and everyone loved the movie, I might just plus it. I might just make it even bigger. So, damn. Okay, Quentin, I see you. Let's see what you do with this one here. I think you should just leave it the mark that it's at right now. Let's not push it, because then it's going to be a little too much. I need Quentin in doses, you know what I mean? FX is developing a series adaptation of Awaki Mz's novel Freshwater. The Amazon comedy pilot Good People has added Martin Short to the cast. Let's see here. We have the new trailer for Abominable, so check that out. New cute little kids movie coming out. Looks pretty cool. We have the first trailer for The Art of Self-Defense starring Jesse Eisenberg as well. Anna Kendrick is set to star in a new rom-com anthology called Love Life for Warner Media's upcoming streaming service. Chrissy Teigen will star in a new short-form Judge Judy-style series called Chrissy's Court. Yes, I wish I was making that up. I can hear people listening to the show going, are you for real right now? Yes, I'm for real, unfortunately. I wish I was making it up. Adam Levine, after like a million years on The Voice, has quit. He is gone from The Voice, and man, there's a lot of controversy behind this. Some people say he quit, a lot of people say he's fired. Supposedly he was very disgruntled with how the last season went, and he just didn't give any F's anymore, so he didn't renew his contract. But then he came out and he said, you know, hey, I owe everything to the show, I love this show, I wish him nothing but the best. Who knows, man, there's a lot of PR spinning on this thing, but I know a lot of people are not happy. But in the end, it looks like he's out. Gwen Stefani's back in to replace him, And that's where we're at right now. So we'll see how long that lasts before he pops back up in a future season. Sylvester Stallone discusses a new potential Cobra streaming series. That's right, Sylvester Stallone's 1986 cult action classic, Cobra, may find new life as a streaming series. That's right. And he might just be producing it. He's not saying he'd come back for it, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening with Cobra. Hulu has ordered a new horror anthology series called North American Lake Monsters. We finally have a release date for the live-action Akira. That's right, Akira is scheduled now to come out on May 2021, and it is confirmed that Taika Waititi will be directing. So he'll be directing it live action, and it is confirmed for May 21st, 2021. Speaking of Taika Waititi, him and Netflix have decided to exit the stop-motion animated film Bubbles. That's right, Bubbles was going to be a show that they were going to do together based on Michael Jackson's Monkey Bubbles. But I don't know whatever happened, but Taika Waititi stepped down. He stepped off the project, and then once he left the project, Netflix got cold feet and said, yeah, we're going to go too. So, on the last episode, we talked about Sonic the Hedgehog movie. We talked about how everybody hated the trailer, and that the studio said, hey, you know what? We're going to go back. We're going to revise it. We're going to revamp it. And we're going to make Sonic look a lot better for you guys. Well, one of the big things was like, damn, how are they going to still come out on the same release date if they got to do so much work to Sonic? Well, I guess the answer has finally been given to us. It's not going to make its release date because they got too much work to do. So the Sonic the Hedgehog movie has been officially delayed until 2020. That's right, the movie was supposed to come out in November of this year, and it's now been pushed back to February 14th, 2020. That's right, happy Valentine's Day. We're going to see Sonic the Hedgehog. Mario Lopez and Seth Kurland have a new comedy ordered over by Netflix. That's right. It's going to have a 16-episode order, which focuses on a genius 15-year-old kid. So, hey, good on them. We'll always love new content. Production has officially begun on Edgar Wright's new film, Last Night in Soho. Supposedly, the rumor mill has it that another Star Wars trilogy is in the mix, and this time it's going to focus on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, which is awesome. I love Knights of the Old Republic. I've always hoped that one day we would get a movie version of this, and now I'm hearing we might get a trilogy of it. So it makes me even more excited. I love it. And it's going to be with Altered Carbon creator Latia Kalogridis. That's right. She's going to be writing the script. Sorry if I butchered your name. But I'm very excited about that. Todd McFarlane offers an update on his Spawn reboot. Basically, he says, yes, we're still working on it. We're still waiting for the right script. He says he has a script he wants to do. The studio wants to make some changes. He doesn't want to make the changes. And basically, he's at a point now where he's saying, hey, if I can't make the movie I want to make, I don't want to make it. So they are still negotiating, trying to figure out the best way to move forward on it. So, man, this is the movie that just, it's the little engine that just can't seem to get going for sure. Zach Galifianakis' Between Two Ferns. Netflix has made a movie of it. That's right. And it will debut on Netflix September 20th. So Between Two Ferns, the movie, coming September 20th on Netflix. So that's going to probably be really funny. Anna Kendrick and Paul Feig are reuniting for a new anthology series called Love Life. So that should be really cool. They got great chemistry together. Sylvester Stallone shares plot details for Rambo 5 and even hints that there might be more Rocky in them. So we'll see where that goes. Check out that article if you are interested. AP Bio has officially been canceled at NBC after 2 seasons. I had a feeling the show wouldn't last. It's actually pretty funny. I do watch it, but I felt like this show would not last. So AP Bio canceled at NBC after 2 seasons. A Quiet Place sequel has been bumped up 2 months. That's right. So the highly anticipated upcoming sequel for A Quiet Place has been given a new release date. It's moving its date up 2 months from its original May 15th, 2020 date to now March 20th of 2020. So That's very good. It's always good to see a movie bumped up, and I can't wait to see what they do with a second Quiet Place. Sarah Jessica Parker's new show Divorce gets a season 3 premiere date and a first trailer that you can check out that's posted up on our Twitter page. We have a clip from the new X-Men movie with Jean Grey that you can check out on our Twitter page as well, which is a pretty cool clip. Actually, I really dug it. Harrison Ford says he doesn't want anyone to play Indiana Jones after him. He says, that's it. It's done. He's Indiana Jones, and ain't no one else going to do it. So there you go. John Wick 3 is past the $180 million mark, becoming the franchise's all-time earner. That's right. After just 10 days, Parabellum has made the most money of any of the John Wick movies. Let's see here. So, Aladdin is number 1 at the box office, of course. It is Memorial Day today. Shout out to all our armed services members. My dad is a retired Marine. Much respect, much love for all you guys. Happy Memorial Day. So with Memorial Day, the box office gets extended. So, Aladdin already won the 3-day box office. And then after today, it's being estimated that Aladdin will bring in $112.7 million over the 4-day weekend. And lastly, just one quick last piece of note. I didn't even know there was a network called Sky, but Julia Stiles has a crime thriller called Riviera, which is getting its 3rd season on the Sky network. What the hell is Sky? And how did this get a 3rd season? I've never even heard of the 1st or 2nd season, but congratulations for Julia Stiles. I know when I posted this news earlier today, somebody wrote back and said, I didn't even know that she was still working. Yeah, see, none of us do, because none of us seem to get the channel Sky. So, I don't know, but congratulations to Julia Stiles. And like I said, that is your news of the week, my friends. Thank you so much for getting through it there with me. Let's jump on over to release dates and box offices, and we'll wrap this baby up. Out on Blu-ray and DVD tomorrow is going to be the horror kind of film Greta with Chloe Grace Moretz. That comes out tomorrow. In theaters this week is going to be Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Rocket Man, and Ma. If you do have digital, coming out tomorrow is actually Captain Marvel as well. So I already bought my digital copy. It released at 9 o'clock Eastern time tonight. So I already watched like the first hour of it before I came to do the show. And I got it in 4K. It looks beautiful. So I've already watched Captain Marvel. Our boy Friggins will get to watch it in about 3 weeks when his Blu-ray arrives to his house. So, because everybody's old school. I don't know what's up, man. You got to get the digital copies. That's what I'm saying. So, I'll mention that Captain Marvel drops in a couple weeks when we talk Blu-ray and DVD at that point. But if you're a digital person like me, there's no reason to wait, and you can get Captain Marvel right now. So like I said, in theaters this week is Godzilla, Rocket Man, and Ma. I really have no interest to see Rocket Man. I do really want to see Ma. So I don't know if I'll get to it this weekend, but I'm very excited to see Ma. Godzilla, King of the Monsters, of course, I'm super stoked for that. I've already pre-ordered my IMAX tickets for Godzilla. I ordered them weeks ago. Can't wait to see Godzilla, King of the Monsters, this Friday. Very, very stoked. All right, here's your box office. Coming in number 10, it's Long Shot with 1.6 mil. Go see Long Shot. This movie is so damn good. 5 stars. It needs to make more money, man. I can't believe it's number 10 already. Go see Long Shot. Support comedy film. Number 9 is The Intruder. How the fuck is The Intruder above Long Shot? This makes no sense to me. That movie sucks. Nobody even wanted to review it. Go see Long Shot. But number 9, I'm sorry, I digest. Number 10 is Long Shot, 1.6. Number 9 is The Intruder, 2.3. Number 8 is The Hustle with 3.8. Number 7 is a debut. It's A Dog's Journey with 4.1. Number 6 is a debut for Booksmart, making 6.5. Number 5 is Brightburn, making its debut with 7.5 mil. See, once again, Brightburn is awesome, and it should have made over $10 million. So go see Brightburn, because 7.5 sucks. Go see it. Number 4 is Pokemon Detective Pikachu, making another 13.3. Number 3 is Avengers Endgame, bringing in another 16.8. Number 2 is John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, dropping from the number 1 to the number 2 spot with 24.4 mil. And your new number 1 is Aladdin with $86.1 million. Now remember that 86.1 is for the 3-day weekend, and for the full 4-day weekend it's made 112. So very big debut, breaking all expectations for Aladdin, that you get that big debut there. And like I said, man, tons of fun to go see. Go check out Big Willie Style as the genie. Because you ain't never had a friend, you ain't never had a friend like me. That's right. So thank you everybody for tuning in and listening with me. We're wrapping this baby up right around the 40-minute mark. Perfect timing. Thank you so much for tuning in each and every week and getting caught up with the latest and greatest in all of entertainment news. Let's do some shout outs. Our official webpage is amiontheair.com. We are available on iTunes. Download, rate, and subscribe. If iTunes ain't your thing, get us on Spotify. Get us on Google Podcasts, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn. We're all over the interwebs. Check us out. Of course, we're on Facebook. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/amiontheair. Follow us on Twitter at amiontheair. You can follow me on Twitter directly at DXDonMega. Follow me on Stardust. Stardust is an amazing app that I do 30-second mini reviews, video reviews for TV, movies, trailers. It's awesome. I think you'll really, really like it. Download the Stardust app. Give me a follow at DonMega, DonMega, and I'll follow you back. I think you'll really like Stardust. It's an awesome, awesome app. Follow us on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're all over the place. Just search Am I on the Air? And, of course, shout out to our great affiliates at reddragonsradio.com. Red Dragons Radio is an awesome hub that you go to, and it's got all kinds of podcasts on there. Go give it a listen and enjoy. Follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio. That's going to do it for me on this Monday night, May the 27th. It's been an awesome show. It's been an awesome time. Thank you for listening. And next week we'll be back talking a little Godzilla. Maybe Ma. I don't know if we'll be able to get to it, but definitely Godzilla and everything else that goes down in the world of entertainment news. So take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace!
Bye, everybody.
Red Dragon!
Red Dragon.